Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dr. Alusine Kanu. I want to take this opportunity to welcome you to this occasion. Whenever people are gathered to celebrate knowledge or God's name, that's a good thing. So I welcome you to this occasion. Because of the limited audience we have, we're going to adjust the program to produce a video. So before we continue, I want to introduce to you the host for this evening, Dr. Neda Shaban. I've known Dr. Neda Shaban for decades as a colleague, as a fellow student, as a professional, and as a good friend. So when I graduated, it was Dr. Shaban's idea that we have an occasion like this. So whenever people are gathered to celebrate, tradition teaches us that anytime you celebrate, calling the name of God, that's a good thing. So without much to say, I would like to hand the mic over to our host, Dr. Neda Shaban.
Good evening. I want to welcome everybody again. Tonight we are celebrating the second doctorate, the doctor in pastoral counseling, Dr. Kanu. Congratulations. Somebody once said, if you get 1 degree, you are crazy. If you get the second one, you are mental. If you get the third one, there's no brain anymore. So if you see him act weird or not knowing what's going on, you know the reason. And he has two doctoral degrees, one in Doctor of Arts in Community College Education, and then the second one is in Pastoral Counseling. So those two are not easy. Some people take 5, 10, 15 years to complete them, and he finished them in a very short time. So that tells you how much dedication and knowledge he has. Again, we're going to congratulate you, Dr. Kanu. And now I will call on two persons here, one to say the prayers in the Islamic way and the second one in the Christian way, but I see Abdul is missing in action. I don't know if he's right. Pa Alhaji Kuyate, can you say the prayers for him in English? You want to come up here? You want me to?
I will come there.
Okay.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى ال محمد وسلم وبارك وسلم على وسلم. Well, I give a congratulations to Dr. Kanu with wonderful achievements, and also I have to take the time to welcome you all to come here. Mine is a very short thing I have to do here to perform, only to say some prayers. Mr. Kanu happens to be my nephew, the eldest son of my late brother. And I saw all of them, little boys in the home, back in Lonside many years back. And for him to come to the United States and make such a very good achievement, I have to congratulate him for that. Not everybody can do that. Well, he looks very well educated. May God continue to guide Mr. Kanu so that he can be able to help some other people, and so on. So, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Rahmanir maliki yawmiddin, iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim, siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim, ghayril maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Qul a'udhu birabbin nas, maliki nas, yuwaswisu fi sudurin nas minal jinnati wan nas. Qul huwallahu ahad, Allahu samad, lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. The Almighty God put everything in your hands for letting me the chairman of the Turkish over there for today. Let God bless everybody over there also. Would I get sick? Let God help us. When I look for anything, let God help us. Let peace be to all of us. So now, you join me for that. Say the Al-Fatiha. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Elijah. Thank you. Thank you, Uncle. Abdul, now it's your turn to say the prayers.
Abdul, you want to come too?
Can I go?
No. Good evening, family. Dr. Kanu, I would like to take this opportunity to say congratulations. This journey started back in 1976. I remember in December when you left Sierra Leone to come to the United States. And our late dad, even though he's not here with us today, would be a proud man where he is today. Because education is something that he treasured, and he did his best to educate all of his kids. And you set a better example for us, our kids, and the generation to come. I'll take this opportunity to just say a short prayer. Sierra Leone, where we all come from, is a country of religious tolerance. We do, some of us, even though we are from a Muslim background, decide to be Christians. And I'm one of them. So is my senior brother here, Alusine, who is also, his middle name actually is Melvin, because he's a baptized Christian. I will just say, you can all join me to say the Lord's Prayer to congratulate our brother, Dr. Alusine. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us the power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Congratulations again, Dr. Kanu.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Abdul. The next one, we are going to see any family members, any friends. It's an open mic if you want to say anything. Even the kids, if you want to say something, a word or two. Anybody? Hello? Yeah?
Safi Kanu, one of the Safi Kanu sheriff and one of the sisters. Dr. Alusine has always been a mentor to us, most of us, you know. Even growing up back home, we always look forward for him. He's always there to help us during our assignments. And when I came to the US, he was the first person that told me that, Safi, you need to go to school. America is a country of opportunity. It's hard to survive here without an education. Although sometimes if you come here, you're young, you think working, doing 2 jobs is better than education. So I listened to him, thank you, and thanks very much for your advice. Now I'm a registered nurse. I've been working for Innova System for years, a graduate of Marymount and Bluefield College, so thanks for your advice. Dr. Kanu, I also want to mention something to you. About a year ago, due to your name, because I still carry the Kanu surname, even when I go to work, I didn't change my badge. I'm always like Safi Kanu. So I have one of my patients who is also a student at Nova. So since I'm one of the system float school nurses at Nova Fairfax, so coming out of the elevator that day, they sent me to the trauma unit. As soon as I entered there, they said, oh, Miss Safi, please, we have a challenging patient here, so you have to take care of that patient. So whosoever is a nurse know when they say challenging, you know what that means. So I was like, oh God, I'm gonna be in trouble today. So being there, when I entered the room, I introduced myself, and this lady was so tough because they said almost every day she would fire doctors or fire nurses. So when I went there, I told her what the plan is, my name and everything, but she cannot pronounce my name, and she asked me to get closer to her. So as soon as I get there, she looked at my badge and said, oh, Kanu. I said, yeah. And she was like, where are you from? I said, from Sierra Leone. She looks at me and said, are you related to Dr. So-and-so? So I didn't hesitate because I know my brother is a very good man. So I said, yeah. So throughout that day, I was the best nurse ever. I didn't have any problems. Even the director of the unit was like, oh, how do you do it? I said, well, then she was telling everybody about you. That Safi came from a family of intelligent people, and the brother is has a PhD. He's my lecturer. He's one of my favorite lecturers. And tell your brother that's the oldest nursing students in the class. So thank you very much, and through you, the day really went smooth for me. And thanks a lot, okay? Thank you.
I would like to speak about my wonderful uncle. He's my dad's older brother. As everybody knows, that's my grandfather's first child. But since the moment I met Doctor, he had always been wonderful to me. He had always been the one to always give us like change from his car, money. He had always pushed us from, he had always pushed us when it came down to education. Like, he's there for the family. He's always there to, like, you know, write papers, like anything that you need that has to do with school. That's the one person that I know you can definitely count on. But Doctor's such a wonderful person. Like I said, he's always there. And I do appreciate you a lot. And I'm glad that you finally have a break now. You can finally relax. I wish you nothing but the best, and I hope that you can see my success. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing. Anybody else?
Wonderful occasion. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to religion. It means a lot to psychology. It means a lot to humanity. Education means many things to many different people, but the goal in being educated is not just to earn money, but for your own self-awareness, self-renewal, and spirituality. I came to the United States in the 1970s. I came from a family that was loving, that was kind, and like Abdul said, my late dad loved education. Some of my earliest childhood memories, when you go to school and you come home, the old man wants to know what the teacher said that day. So sometimes you have to make sure you listen when you are in the classroom, otherwise the old man will know whether you are learning or not. That's one memory I have. The second is I had all these degrees. Anytime you have one degree, my old dad will say, that's not enough, that's not, what's the next step? So I had my first doctorate, and 2 years later, he passed. But one thing I can say about my education is that it's self-directed, it's inspirational, it's visionary. When God wants you to be something or to do something, no matter what happens, you make sure you do it. Anytime I have a degree, I'm not comfortable, I want to go back to school. This second doctorate started in 2009. My wife was sick, chronically ill. We couldn't economically survive. So the idea was work at home. If you go to school, you can borrow money and you can survive. So that was work at home. This degree started in 2009, and it was the recommendation of my late wife. She said, you love religion, you love psychology. Why don't you major in pastoral community counseling? And that degree helped me not just to cope with societal pressures, but for my own personal development. When you marry to someone for 30 plus years and they are dying and economic situations are bad and many uncertainties, that degree helped me to realize who I am. It's not that I want to show up to know everything, but when God directs you to do something, no matter what happens, that has to be fulfilled. That's why I majored in pastoral community counseling. It's a combination of psychology and it's a combination of religion. A pastoral counselor represents God on this earth. It doesn't matter the religious denomination, and a pastoral counselor never imposes. He helps the person to experience religion from their own point of view, from their own belief systems, from their own value systems. So a pastoral counselor can be a preacher, an imam, he can be a psychologist, a counselor. So my long-range goal is to open my own pastoral community. I have what I call Alusine Multicultural Family Counseling Center. I counsel individuals, I counsel children, I counsel families, career counseling, and anything someone wants to do. I'm there for the support. So I can say many things. Again, it's not to talk about the idea that I know more than others. As far as I know, education-wise, at this time in my life, I'm a communication generalist. I'm a human resource generalist. And I'm a multicultural counselor. And this doctorate I earned in August of 2007 prepared me to understand myself. My first doctorate was knowledge. Anything I want to know, I can find out. My second doctorate taught me to find out what I want and how I relate myself in my relationships, in my family, in my community, and in the culture I grew up with. I want to acknowledge my mom, Aja Safi Kamara, is here. And I want to again thank you all for coming this evening and for listening to what I have to say. Religion is a process. It's not static. So continue to know me and continue to give me the opportunity to work with you in any capacity. Thank you, Dr. Shah.
Thank you, Mr. Graduate. I want to close this with a very short story. This young man was living with me in Centralville, Virginia. Alusine has a habit: if you cook, you eat, he's the last one to clean the dishes. He doesn't like it. So he used to do that. So I said, one day I'm going to get back to him, I'm going to pay him for it. So his class was Tuesday, Thursday, 7:30 to 8:45. 7:30 in the morning. So what I did, we ate, Alusine didn't clean. So I went to the clock we have. It was 12 midnight. I pushed it 3 hours ahead. So 3 in the morning, the thing rang. Alusine saw it. He thought it was 6. He took a shower. He left the house 3:30. He went to George Mason to teach. And then he called me. He said, there's nobody in class. What happened? I said, nothing happened. I said, look at your watch. He said, why? I said, your watch. Look at it. He looked at it. It was 3:30 in the morning. So he came back home, but I told him why I did it. But he's a nice man, very honest man. Alusine's problem, or Dr. Kanu's problem, some would say is a problem, but it's not a problem, it's that he's too honest. And sometimes when you're too honest, it creates a challenge for you. Again, we want to thank everybody. We have lots of food. We want to thank everybody for bringing the food. Please make sure you enjoy the food, and we're going to give it back to Mr. DJ to rock this place.